This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan met with his Japanese counterpart Shigeru Ishiba in Tokyo, the Armenian government reported today. The talks focused on strengthening political and economic cooperation, as well as supporting peace in the South Caucasus. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba welcomed Nikol Pashinyan's visit to Japan, stressing that it is a good opportunity for the consistent development of Armenia-Japan relations and the deepening of mutually beneficial cooperation, the Armenian Prime Minister's office statement said. Ishiba also expressed support for peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan, voicing hope that lasting stability would be ensured in the region. Pashinyan thanked Ishiba for the warm reception and underlined Armenia's readiness to give new impetus to bilateral relations. He highlighted plans to hold a business forum soon, aimed at boosting trade and attracting Japanese investment in Armenia. He also praised Japan's past contributions through development and technical assistance programs, especially in disaster prevention, human resource development, and infrastructure. Armenia's Education and Science Minister, Rana Andreasyan, also travelled to Japan, where she toured the newly opened TUMO Center in the city of Takasaki. She emphasized the importance of the first international TUMO Center in Asia, noting its role in spreading Armenia's educational model. The center, launched in July, hosts around 3,000 students annually, with capacity to serve more than 9,000. The Armenian government has decided not to proceed with hiring the US-based law firm Arnold & Porter in the arbitration case linked to the Electric Networks of Armenia dispute involving detained billionaire Samvel Karapetyan, the officials announced today. Instead, the cabinet approved transferring the $3.2 million contract to another American firm, Foley Hoag LLP, which will represent Armenia in the case tied to the company's nationalization. According to the government's decision, new circumstances have emerged and a conflict of interest has been identified, which prevents cooperation with Arnold & Porter. No further details were provided. Just 2 weeks ago, the government quietly approved the deal with Arnold & Porter behind closed doors. Today's reversal was made in the same manner. Officials stressed that Foley Hoag's proposal is not inferior in quality and noted that the firm already represents Armenia in several other international cases. The company also agreed to work under the same financial terms as Arnold & Porter. The original arbitration was triggered by Cyprus-registered Leormand Holdings Limited, the majority shareholder of ENA and part of Russian-Armenian billionaire Samvel Karapetyan's Taşer Group. The company alleges that Armenia's move to place ENA under government-appointed management amounted to an illegal and politically motivated seizure. Last month, the emergency arbitrator of the Stockholm Chamber of Commerce ordered Armenia to halt nationalization. Despite the ruling, opposition politicians and Karapetyan's representatives say that the decision has not been implemented on the ground. Karapetyan was arrested in June on charges of calling for regime change after publicly siding with the Armenian Apostolic Church in its confrontation with Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan. Lawmakers subsequently passed legislation enabling the government to nationalize ENA, handing its management to Romanos Petrosyan, a senior member of Pashinyan's civil contract party. Analysts and opposition figures have warned that the case could damage Armenia's investment climate and expose the state to costly international arbitration battles. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 22. This is the number of previously unpublished stories by American-Armenian writer William Saroyan that will be featured in the new collection compiled by the William Saroyan Foundation, which is also organising Saroyan Days in Yerevan starting tomorrow. The week-long programme is a joint initiative of the Yerevan International Book Festival, Stanford University, Armenia's Ministry of Culture, and the Saroyan Foundation, with events supported by the US Embassy in Armenia. The presentation of the new book will take place at the National Gallery of Armenia in Yerevan this Saturday. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.